Ready when you are.
Hey guys, my name is Leah Young and I'm a bartender here at the Carbon Bar, and today we are going to talk about ice. So ice is probably one of the most crucial aspects to a really good cocktail. And the reason is, sorry, I need to do that again. So ice is one of the most crucial aspects to making a great cocktail. And the reason for that is the rate at which the ice actually melts. So I've got here a few different types of ice. These are the three that we use here at the Carbon Bar. We've got crushed ice, we've got sort of our classic utility ice, and then what we like to call our king cube. So crushed ice is fantastic to use in nice refreshing cocktails like with this mint I've got over here, because it keeps the drink really cold and it gets it cold really quickly. It's the kind of drink that you don't want to sit and savor so much, is just really indulgent. Over here, what I like to call utility ice. So this is actually by a company called Cold Draft. And so it's really nice, big, thick cubes so that they don't melt quite so quickly, but they are perfect and very versatile for making different kinds of cocktails. You can put them in a nice rocks glass like this, or you can pop them up in a Collins like this. Any kind of cocktail similar. For this one, we've got our king cube. So this one you want to use for cocktails that are more spirit forward, or if you want to maybe sit and savor sort of a finer bourbon or a finer scotch without the risk of your cocktail or your scotch or bourbon becoming very expensive bourbon flavored water. So the reason for that is the surface area is much smaller, so it melts at a very, very slow rate. What we've got here is what's known as crushed ice. Crushed ice is fantastic for chilling your cocktail very quickly and keeping it nice and cold as you drink it. It's meant for really nice refreshing cocktails like a mojito or a mule or a rum swizzle, something like that. So very tropical, very, very cool, crisp and refreshing. As for this one, this is our utility ice. I call it, sorry, can I do that again? That was terrible. So this is what I like to call utility ice. It's incredibly versatile. It's fantastic for using in simple mixed drinks. It's great for using in your shakers as you're making mixed cocktails, shaken cocktails. And it can fit in any sort of vessel that you put it in. So it's great for a rocks glass like this, but it's also perfect for a nice Collins like this, which we use to make our rosebuds cocktail, which I will be making for you shortly. As for this is what's known as our king cube, or our 2-inch cube, or large format. So this is perfect for cocktails that are very spirit forward, very spirit driven, like our Smokin' Manhattan. It's also fantastic for drinking a really fine bourbon or scotch, because it helps prevent the cocktail from becoming too diluted too quickly. It has a just start there. It has a much smaller surface area, so it melts at a much slower rate, ensuring that the cocktail that you're enjoying or the fine bourbon doesn't become very expensive bourbon flavored water too quickly. Okay. So I want to talk to you about one of the biggest misconceptions about ordering drinks at a bar. As a bartender, a lot of my guests ask for only a little bit of ice in their drink. What they really want is just more of the drink itself. What they don't realize is when you have less ice, it melts much faster and dilutes your cocktail much faster. As you can see, with 2 pieces of ice here, it's already got about a ½ ounce of water. But when you fill it up nice and tall, you've got big, thick cubes, really nice cold drink, and it's not going to taste watered down. Today I'll be making for you our rosebuds cocktail. So it's one of our festive favorites of the season, and it'll be using our, what I like to call, utility ice, aka the most versatile ice to a bartender. To begin with, we have our Los Altos tequila infused with cranberries. It's going to be an 1.5 ounce pour. This is followed by a ½ ounce mezcal. So that's sort of like a smoky cousin of tequila. And just a little 1/4 ounce of Aperol, just to give it a little depth of flavor. This, of course, is followed by ½ ounce of lime juice for acidity and brightness. And Finally, rosemary syrup. Hence the rose. Not only have I used the ice in the cocktail shaker itself, but I'll be using it in the glass as well. A few little cranberries in there. So it comes out this beautiful, beautiful pale pink color. And then we'll throw a little sprig of rosemary. And then the final touch is just a little hint of ginger beer, just for a little festive kick. And that's the rosebuds. Outshine by the lighting? Okay, that's fair.
All right. Ready when you're.
Sure. So today I'm making the rosebuds cocktail, and for this we'll be using our utility ice. So to start off, pop a little in the shaker, add 1.5 ounces of cranberry-infused Los Altos tequila. Then we're going to do 1/2 ounce of mezcal, followed by just 1/4 ounce of Aperol for some depth of flavor, 1/2 ounce of lime juice. Finally, finishing touch, a full ounce of our house-made rosemary syrup. I'm going to shake that. And then we're going to grab our Collins glass, throw some cranberries in there, with a bit more of that same utility ice I was talking about. Top up with ginger beer. And finish off with a fresh sprig of rosemary. And there you have it. That's the rosebuds.